Hello, creative ones. This is Robin Dudley House, the Artsy Bohemian. I am in my studio in Los Angeles, California, and I have a gift for you. It's my secret resource guide for the unconventional journal and paper crafter. These resources are resources that I use all the time, and they've taken years to accumulate. So those of you who have never signed up for my online school or who have never signed up for any of my classes, this is a gift for you. Those of you who already belong to my online school probably already have this. You'll get an email once you sign up, the link below, and you can download this for yourself and then print it out like I have. I've made it into this cute little pamphlet. Now, since you're signing up for my newsletter, just know that you won't be bombarded by emails, only inspiration. Thank you. Hello everyone, it's Robin Dudley House, the Artsy Bohemian, here in my studio in Los Angeles, California. Welcome back to those of you who watch on a weekly basis. I really appreciate you guys. And welcome to those who are new to my channel. Make sure you hit the subscribe button down below and also hit the bell icon so you can be notified every week when I post new tutorials. So today I'm kind of been on a roll. You guys have been encouraging me to keep working with the paper dolls, and so I'm totally down with that. I love paper dolls, so most of you know. So I wanted to tell you what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be making a super cute Sunbonnet Sue. I was inspired by this because I went to a flea market a few weeks ago and I found this. I could not believe I found this. It's super old. It's kind of moth-eaten. It's probably made from felt originally. And it's a Sunbonnet Sue. I've always loved this design and I started looking into it and researching. Some of you who are quilters know what this is, but this was a design that was used extensively at the turn of the century up until the 30s. It's still used for quilters, but it's so cute. The whole inspiration and the whole movement kind of that happened with this particular little motif. And I will give you links down below for some history and also for a few free patterns for the Sunbonnet Sue, and I just loved it. I could not believe I found this. I snagged it right away. It has super tiny French knot flowers on here and also on here. It looks like they sewed some lines here. I'm assuming it was a needle keep because she has a couple of layers. So what I want to do is I'm going to do a paper one today, and then next week, if you guys are interested and really would love to do a felt one, maybe with as a needle keep, you do it, use it for whatever you want. But I just love her. So I made a pattern, but because I'm not using that one today, I will have it available next week as long as you guys want me to do it. So I'm probably going to do it anyway because I really would love to make a felted one out of felt. And so I'm going to give you the breakdown of how I made this because we're going to be doing it kind of in 3D and, of course, adding some little embellishments. And before I go on, I just wanted to tell you, too, a lot of you have been asking about this, and I had mentioned a couple of videos back that I wanted to do a paper doll. This is one of my drawings, and I still want to do it. I haven't forgotten, so that's still one of the things on the back burner. It's nice to have things to look forward to make because sometimes the well runs dry, and I just need a little help from you guys to know that what you want me to do. Also, this isn't available yet, but about a month ago or so, I showed you this journal, and it was a proposal for a class. It's a class that I will be collaborating with a company called A4 Artistic. It's an art summit. It's an online art summit. It doesn't happen until October, but this is the reason why I'm telling you this is they wanted me to teach this. So I'm really excited. It's going to be a live online class, and it's going to be, I believe, for 4 days. So we'll be live together, just like we would be like at an art retreat, only it's online. And we're going to be learning how to dye velvet, silk velvet, and cotton Venetian type lace. We're going to be able to make these amazing snippet rolls. And I'm going to show you kind of a hidden spine. It's not really hidden here, but a certain way to bind the journal. So we're going to probably spend the first 2 days, well, we have to because it's a kind of a long process, of dyeing. So if anything, you're going to learn how to dye silk velvet and cottons and more natural fibers. And then on the third and fourth day, we will be making a journal with papers. I already started journaling in this with some drawings. And it's going to have all kinds of interesting papers. And it's not one that has lots of pockets or, tuck spots or anything like that. It's going to be more of a working journal. So there's going to be, I think I have 5 or 6 signatures in here. It's going to be nice and chunky. I love how it feels. I like taking it with me, actually. If I have to go to the doctor's office, I can just take it with me. It's small enough to put in my purse, and I can draw in it. So I'm going to leave the link down below. Make sure you sign up for the newsletter so that you can be the first to sign up. I don't know if they're going to have a limit, to be honest with you. And I don't know the prices or anything, but because honestly, I really don't. I just know that I have to have everything done, the videotaping and the description and all the supplies and everything, by July. So I'm assuming sometime in the summer they're going to announce the registration, and then they're going to open it up. So I hope you guys join me for that. I think I got those things out of the way. Okay, so this is what I did. Was I took her and I tried as best as I could to make a pattern, even though it's kind of uneven. And I was playing around with different compositions. So here is the pattern that I made. And like I said, I will have this available next week. I don't talk a lot in my regular daily life, and so whenever I speak on video, my throat gets kind of dry. So anyway, so this one I found on the site that I'm going to give to you down below. I think the site is sunbonnetsue.com, and she has an Etsy store where you can buy patterns and stuff, but she also has some stuff for free. So what I did was I made a prototype, and I cut out individual pieces. And here's my master sheet right here. So this is the one I did. And because I wanted her to have different colors for her bonnet and her shoes and her sleeve, I had to make separate pieces for that. So that's what we're going to be doing. I'm going to take the pattern that I made, and I will have the random acts of kindness coming up here in just a little bit. You guys are so sweet, and I'm happy to help anybody out who wants me to mention their YouTube channel. I've had other people say the same thing. It's like they just kind of get lost in the millions of people and viewers. They just, if they're trying to start their YouTube channel. And I think you guys are liking it because it gives you new people to look at as well. And I do try to keep it to this kind of genre, paper crafting. I have one gal that I'm going to be mentioning who I love her work. She does tatting. She has a YouTube channel for tatting, which is awesome. So if you want to learn how to tat, she uses it and makes embellishments for journals. So I will be mentioning those gals in just a little bit here. So the paper I'm going to be using for this one is a double-sided cardstock. You want to use something a little thicker than paper, otherwise you have to back it up with some cardstock. And the cool thing about double-sided is they always have coordinated backs, so you don't have to worry about color coordinating anything. So what I'm going to do is I have all the pieces here that I'm going to be cutting out. I'm just going to trace them onto the paper. And you want to make sure you have a little bag to put them in because they will get lost. They're super tiny. And I think the original one was a little bit bigger, so I had to shrink it a tad, maybe to like 90%. You can keep it at 100% if you want to. I think I have the original here somewhere. I don't know if I have it or not. Okay. So, like I said, it'll look like this. This is what the pattern looks like. And then what I wound up doing was because this is dark outline, I just put it under some white paper. And you can do this on the window and trace it. But I was able to see the outline. So I outlined the outline of the Sunbonnet Sue. And then I moved it over to on the paper on the back here. And then just did her bonnet. And then I did part of her dress and then her sleeve. So I just kind of moved it around and just traced each component that I wanted to add to her dress. You could leave it like this if you wanted to, but I kind of like using different contrasting pieces. And that's what they do in the quilting too. They'll put a different piece of fabric for her bonnet and then maybe a different piece for her sleeve and then for her dress as well. So that here you can see they're so tiny. Here's her little arm. And then what I did was I put this is her right shoe and her left shoe. I didn't put arm because I already know that's her arm. This is her sleeve. And then her bonnet. And I didn't make an extra piece for the dress because I just figured I'm just going to outline it and then just cut it off at the head. So you'll see what I'm talking about. So I think what I'm going to do is the bottom part of her dress. Actually, I didn't do two pieces on this one. I only just did one full piece. So that's good. So you're going to take a pencil and outline this. And you're going to do this to all the pieces. I'm going to flip it over because I want the bonnet's going to be a different color. It's going to be the opposite on the back. And you might have to, if you cut it out a little crooked, you can always go back and trim it. Once you start layering the pieces, you'll see. And the bonnet is, I think I'm going to make the bonnet, this is kind of boring in a way, but I'm going to put trim on it, so we'll see. I mean, it coordinates really pretty with this, so it might be okay. I'm going to follow the same kind of assembly that I did here. So the bonnet will be the back part of this cardstock, as well as her sleeve and maybe her shoes. I might do her shoes like in black or brown or something. Maybe I'll do it. There's a little bit of dark, kind of grungy part on this here. Just want to make sure the hat's going the right way. Okay. Yeah, the cool thing too about these dolls is they started making them into characters like Nurse Sunbonnet Sue, or Sunbonnet Sue at the beach, or Sunbonnet Sue Halloween, or, you know, they would give them themes. And so this could be such a cute gift. You can make it into a card for a friend that's a nurse, or, you know, somebody who's in the military, or It could have, you can make it into any kind of person that you want. They also have Sunbonnet Sam, I think. So they have a male version of it. Here's her little arm. I know this is super tiny. That's why you want to make sure the pattern is made out of some cardstock. You can use an old cracker box if you want. I just had some of this scrap, so. Okay, I'm not going to do her shoes just yet. I might, like I said, I might make them black. So I'm going to put these in here just because I know how spastic I am, and I will fling them off probably, and I won't be able to find them. Put all these back here. Okay, I'm going to cut these out. Okay, so I cut out all the little pieces, and I didn't like how this looked. It just was bland to me. Even if I had put red rickrack on here, I don't know, I might like it, but I thought I would try red. I had this red paper, which is actually this one right here. I love this one. I like the contrast, so I still might do the red here. I mean this really pale kind of aqua dusty color. I don't know, it might still work. So why don't I just do that? I'm just gonna go with that. And if you don't have rickrack, you can always take your, if you have like decorative scissors, you can cut thin strips of paper or cardstock and use that instead. I also took some scallop scissors that I had, and I don't know if it's this kind of, and cut some felt. Felt is great because it doesn't unravel, I mean. So that's also a possibility. So let's see how cute that looks there. So let's go ahead. What I do is I glue down the bonnet, and then I'm going to take 3D or foam tape, and it's going to give it this kind of 3D look here. So it's lifted off of her dress. And the more I look at this, I think I'll go ahead and just do that. I'm just going to glue down her bonnet. And it's a little bit off, so I'll just trim the excess. And you can put the arm wherever you want. It looks kind of cute here, but on the original it's up close to her bonnet. So kind of play around with it. Yeah, I think I might do that. So I'm going to cut a little bit of this foam tape. And then her little tiny arm is going to go underneath that. This cardstock, by the way, is really old, and I doubt it's available anymore. I got it years ago. And I have some of these little buttons that I might put on. So the same thing for this one. And before I go any further, I have a list of the gals that I wanted to promote. Random Acts of Kindness. I'll leave the links down below, and if you want me to promote your channel, don't be shy, just let me know in the comment down below. Sometimes I won't see it. If you leave a comment like a week after I've made the video, sometimes I won't see it. And then just, you know, send me a message if you want. Because a lot of times when I make these videos, I have to make them ahead of time. Those of you who do this, you know what I'm talking about. It takes a long time to edit them and then upload them and then download them to YouTube. So you have to do all of that way before you actually list it. Okay, so Lolly Bell Designs. Some of these I haven't looked at, so I'm going to be looking at them and I'll let you know. But I'm assuming because they are on YouTube, they're probably wonderful. Some of them I was able to look at. Lou Frou Studio. I believe she was a recommendation from somebody. I will be looking at hers as well. Arabella's Heart. Looks like I watched hers, and I have that she has cool, colorful journals. Oh, she's from the Netherlands. And abstract collage. So very interesting take on journal making, kind of like painting on different types of papers and watercolor papers. Very cool. Another lady named Miss D, Do It Yourself. She's very sweet. She does junk journaling, and I like watching the type of videos that she makes because it's like a craft along. She does a lot of lives, it looks like, a lot of live videos. So sometimes it's just nice to like turn on a YouTube video, and they're usually longer, and you just craft along. You do your thing, and while she's doing, you know, her thing, and there's telling stories. So very, very cool. Twisted Art Designs, Altered Paper Dolls. This also was a recommendation from somebody, which it sounds very interesting. And then Linda D. Price is the lady I was telling you about earlier. She does beautiful tatting, which is, for those of you who don't know, it's a very fine, old form of making lace with thread. Very, very cool. So I'm going to leave the links down below, and before the video's done here, I will be... I'm going to look at these other videos that these other YouTubers that I wasn't able to check out before I made this, and let you know about them. So check them out. Have some new people to, you know, look at, and give them some love. Yeah, that's actually okay. I think it's fine because it's 3D, and once I put the trims on there, it'll be cute. And if you guys have any stories about the Sunbonnet Sue, let me know. I've really been enjoying you guys' memories about playing with paper dolls and making paper dolls. And I'm not a quilter. I admire it, and I'm very impressed by it. But yeah, I would love to hear any stories that you guys have about these adorable vintage style motifs here. Okay, so I made a couple bows up, and I'm just going to glue them down. And I'm kind of liking this peeking out. They're not matching the bonnet with the back, but I kind of like that. So I'm going to leave that there, and I am going to trim this with rickrack. Rickrack's really easy to find. You can find it at most fabric stores. And I'm going to put some lace on the bottom here. Actually, I was thinking of putting, was it this one? No. A little bit of this lace I've pre-cut. Put some rickrack here. See how cute? Oh, so glad that you guys like playing with paper dolls like I do. I'll leave a link down below for the other 2 videos that I did. I think it was 2. Yeah, it was, where we made paper dolls, kind of starting a little series here of paper doll making. Yeah, that actually came out okay. I like that. And this rickrack is super, super skinny. I don't know if it would be like an 1/8 inch. Super tiny. Yeah, because these paper dolls are pretty small. I like making the smaller ones. Somebody had asked if I would make larger ones, but I might make one. I have a pattern from a friend of mine, and I might find that and see if I can make one from that. So I'm going to sew a button on here. I just made a bow from some lace. Oops, I'm using red thread, just some embroidery or cotton crochet thread. You can use any any thread you want. And yeah, so like I was saying earlier, if you want to be mentioned, please don't be shy and let me know that you would like me to mention you in my next video. If I don't do it, it's because I didn't see it. It's not because I'm ignoring you. It's just kind of time consuming to go through all of the comments and see who is and isn't, who wants me to mention them. So I'm not ignoring you if I don't mention you. I just didn't see it probably. Or like I said, I saw it after I had already made the video for the next shoot. And I wasn't, I didn't see it until after that. course, you can glue. You know, you don't have to sew this. You can glue it. The button. I think turquoise and red are like one of my most favorite color combos. How about you guys? Just always drawn to this color combination. See how cute? Oh my god, so cute. Oh gosh. That's so stinking cute. And then I made a little, this is just from a file folder. I just cut it and then stamped. This is from Red Lead Stamps, which is, you know, my favorite. Look at how cute that is. You can make a cute little card. Or you can put pages in here for a little notebook. And let that sit and dry. I'm just going to leave her shoes the same color. I like that. Okay, so I have 3 of them now. I decorated her a little bit more. They all have the bows with the heart button. I just added another layer of trim right here, and then it just so happens one of the ends looked like the end of a sleeve, so I just added that to her arm. I think she's super cute. And then I made a little booklet. Just simple. I just tore some pages, some white pages. Usually I like everything to look grungy, but I really like how clean this looked. I just like the manila color butted up against this particular doll. And then I used baker's twine. So what I'm going to do, I think, is I'm going to might have little bundles for my monthly Artsy Boutique. I'll be selling these, and they'll come with a file folder so that you can use the file folder to make a few little booklets or cards, and also some baker's twine and maybe some ribbon like this lace right here. I don't have a ton of this rickrack, but I'll make some cute little kits that'll be, you know, not big ones, just little things. I added this trim on the back because it had glue on it. You know, when I had to, this was like an afterthought, putting this flap here, because I didn't like how you could see the paper. So when I glued it, I made up kind of a mess, so I just covered it up. So I thought I would show you, you can get quite a few little booklets or cards out of one manila file folder. So what I thought I would do with this one is I'd fold it over a couple of times. Just want to make sure that it's the right width. And I'm going to trim a little bit off because it's a little bit too long. Like this one's pretty long as well. It's cut in half. This one's only 5.5 inches long, just in case you wanted to know. And then it's up to you. I like to keep it fairly, you know, almost flush, not completely flush to the doll herself. So this one, I might add some stuff up here, maybe some trim up here, and then like a faux walkway. This one's going to be more vintage looking. Anyway, so you can cut them, you know, however you want. I just know that sometimes you guys want to know exactly what I did, so I'm going to just trim a little bit off of this. I'll do it this way. Yeah, all of these pieces were from one cardstock, file folder, so you can get a few, like I said, a few out of them. I might even be able to fold this over and make one. But I like this tab. I don't have a tab punch. I know some of you do. So I'm just gonna eyeball it here. So it'll open, it'll be a kind of a folded out. So I'm going to do that here. So this, because the file folder has these little embossed ridges in here, I had used it to make this on this side, so I had to fold it. Let's see, which way do I want to do this? I kind of like it like that. Still might be a little bit too long. I like this tab here. And then it would fold out and you could have a couple of signatures in there. I'm not going to make anything specifically with it right now. In fact, I think I'm going to cut it a little bit more. But I just wanted to show you guys those. They're super cute. Like I said, if you want me to show you another version of it using felt, the wool felt, then I would love to do that. Like I said, I'm probably going to do it anyway, so I'd love to show you whatever I come up with, my process, and I just think these are adorable. And I will leave the link down below for this particular pattern. It's a free pattern. It's not my pattern. And also, the other couple of girls for the Random Acts of Kindness, the Lollybell Designs, she looks like she does mixed media, and she has some really great ideas for journals and mixed media in general. And then Lou Frou Frou Studio also does lots of great ephemera. She has some really great ideas. In fact, she had a couple that I briefly looked at, one for making your own buttons, I think with embossing powder, and then a zipper card or a zipper tag that looked really cool. So go check them out. Give them some love. Tell them that I sent you their way, or my way. And I will see you in the next video, you guys. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like, and I will see you again.